XRP's price action has seen some volatility in the last 24 hours, small push to the upside, and while we have just started to find some resistance. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing my thoughts and opinions as to what I think is going on with the XRP price action. As I get into today's video, if you do find it useful and informative, smash that like button. If you are new to the channel, subscribe, and let's take a look at what's going on here with XRP. So this is XRP paired up with USDT. We're on the 1 hour Binance chart here, and as you can kind of see, our expectation is to still move up a little bit higher, 61.49 to 62.5. That is because we're tracking a diagonal based structure into this finishing move. I do not believe that this is complete. It's possible that maybe I've got that wrong, but I don't think so. I think that actually we are still inside this diagonal and we are looking for this little push to the upside. But most recently, specifically in the last kind of few minutes or so, we have started to see a bit of a downturn in the market for XRP as we come up into this previous area of resistance. Okay, so this is the 59.47 to 59.66. Okay, this was an area that we broke through. If I pull this all the way across here, was resistance back on the 19th of September. We broke through it on the 21st of September, was support on the 21st of September. We lost that support, turned it to resistance on the 23rd, and of course, testing it out today, the 25th, is also resistance. Now, the bad news here is that momentum still doesn't seem to want to support this idea of a more significant run to the upside just yet. Okay, so it does to me look like we still have more room to the downside. Okay, so we are inside an ascending wedge pattern, and that ultimately is a continuation, which we'll be looking for a bearish move from. If I draw in the trend line in here, and just pull this out just a little bit so you guys can see that this essentially is going to be the kind of ascending wedge that we're looking at. Basically, the price action is consolidating just inside this little range right here, okay, and ultimately we'll be looking for that break to the downside. Now, is that going to be a terrible thing? I don't think so. I think it's just a little bit more volatility to be seen. Now, the good news is that we have been finding support on the 200 EMA a fair amount. Yes, we've had a few little moves lower, but the 200 EMA has held up as a really strong support level on this 1 hour time frame for XRP's price action. So it could just be another retest of this low before we actually get into those higher moves. I want to just kind of see how that kind of plays out in the next little while here. The position for trading would have been to see this one coming with the weakness in this area. We could have been looking for a short position, specifically coming in on this range, kind of in that range there. A stop loss higher than the previous swing high, targeting out the 200 EMA hypothetically. This is a 3.5 risk reward ratio. You guys know by now though, I like my 1.5s, which actually would have already hit right inside here. So a little quick kind of little snipe on the market would have been a great trade. Other than that, we'll be looking to see whether we can find support on the 200 EMA for a long position, stop loss lower than the previous swing low, targeting out a break above that resistance, because I do think we are likely to see that break and potentially still looking for that run a lot higher, right? And you can see this could be a fantastic risk reward ratio of 5.71 hypothetically. So there's some definite trading opportunities going on here when it comes to XRP on the smaller time frame. Are you ready for an amazing chance to boost your crypto portfolio? How does up to 10,000 USDT sound? Yes, that's right. BitGet is giving new users the opportunity to earn up to 10,000 USDT just for signing up on their platform and completing a few tasks. BitGet, one of the most popular cryptocurrency exchanges out there, has just launched an incredible promotion. If you're a new user, this is your chance to join the world of crypto and potentially earn big, up to 10,000 USDT. That is some serious cash right there. Here's how easy it is to get started. Step 1, sign up to BitGet using the special link in the description. Step 2, complete a few steps required to participate in the promotion. Step 3, you'll then be eligible to earn up to 10,000 USDT by trading on BitGet. It's as simple as that. So what are you waiting for? This is a limited time offer and you won't want to miss out on your chance to get some serious USDT. Click the link in the description to sign up on BitGet and get started today. Get in on this amazing opportunity with BitGet and make your crypto journey even more rewarding. Good luck, and I'll see you on the platform. Okay, let's go ahead and bring in smart money concepts. smart money concepts also shows that this previous area of resistance is also equilibrium, indicating that we are, going to be finding this as resistance. But it also tells us that this is a short-term area of resistance because we have a strong low point down here, indicating that we are in a bullish market here on the 1 hour time frame with a weak low. So again, everything on smart money concepts and Elliott wave theory is kind of telling us that we do have that move higher rather than lower. But I cannot rule out just yet the idea that we do have a little bit of a wobble in the market beforehand. Okay, so we're going to keep a close eye on that. I'm thinking that we should keep our existing wave 2 swing low. So we shouldn't really come down lower than the swing low that we saw over on this side down here. So we'll look to kind of stay above 56.2. I don't think we're going to lose that or anything to that kind of degree. Okay, so let's turn smart money concepts off and show you some of the other concerning things that potentially do see us with this move a little bit deeper than the 200 EMA, and that is our momentum. Our momentum is, of course, in the overbought area, looking for an aggressive move towards the oversold range. I'm going to go ahead and just remove that yellow box now. Here you can see that every time you come up here, we do see aggressive action to the downside. So if we bring this in, you can see the last time that we were up in this overbought range, we saw this little wobble in the market. Time before that, we had this little move in the market, and the time before that, well, we had this bigger move in the market. Okay, we are basically looking for something very similar right here. So I think we are in a reasonable position to think of this as still a potential run to the upside. So that's kind of the hope, but I still see the idea maybe coming down a little bit deeper before we get there. So we are still on track, essentially, right? If we take our stochastics off and bring in our divergence indicators, you can see that we're testing out the 50 level. Anything lower than 50 is going to be bearish. Anything above 50 is going to be bullish. At the point of this recording, we're at 50.01, retesting this area to see if we can find support. No divergences with the price action, so that's not terrible. Volume profiles are quite interesting as well. Essentially here we've tried to push up and volume did spike up a little bit, but ultimately we kind of see volume now really not really supporting the idea of this move. So to me, it looks like we should be expecting more volatility ahead of the next kind of big run. But if I draw in what I'm looking at here, I'm looking for a 5-wave pattern to finish off the 5th wave. I'm looking at a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, a wave 4, and then a final 5th wave movement. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. Now, it's possible that wave 4 is completed, but I just don't think it is. If it is, that's fine. That's not a problem. We'll still be looking for this next push to the upside. And a break above our previous resistance is going to be where we want to be thinking about those long positions anyway. So we'll look for a close in or around that area for the long. Okay, so basically come in long somewhere around here, stop loss lower than 200 EMA, and of course take out that higher range on the 1.5 risk reward ratio, which would put us right around about here. So hypothetically, entry will be 59.71, stop loss would be 58.43, take profit 61.63, right? That's going to be your idea, approximately something to that effect. Of course, it's just my thoughts and opinions on the data in the charts as I personally see it, but that's kind of what I'm tracking. I'm tracking this final 5th wave movement before we get into larger retracements. Now, if I roll this up into a daily time frame, the daily time frame here does show that we are looking for that bullish break to the upside still, but I don't think it's going to happen right away. Hence, everything I'm tracking on the smaller time frame is indicating more of a bearish move on the daily, unfortunately. I've been through this a few times. So the breakout is, of course, heading out to 75 to 85 cents, but I suspect that we have to come down and retest lower than 50 cents first, not losing the 43.19, staying above 43.19, but essentially just retesting out kind of the 50 to 45 cent range and then getting back up into this breakout situation. I think we've been testing the upper trend line, as you can kind of see here, quite aggressively, and it's not really showing us with the breakout situations that we need. So I think ultimately we are likely to find resistance breakdown from here. Our momentum on our daily chart is also showing we are looking for a correction to the downside. So not supporting the idea of big runs to the upside on the daily time frame just yet. Can, of course, change because a lot of this stuff is fundamental and it does change very quickly. Volumes are dropping though. So again, as we kind of see this test, the volumes are dropping, indicating that there's not a huge appetite for buying here. and we are potentially going to be on the cusp of rejection. So we want to be very mindful over that, and the volumes do not support the idea of a big break to the upside. Momentum indicator can go either way. It is above the 50 level, so the relative strength index is above 50, so technically bullish, which we are of course talking about the larger trend being a move to 75 to 85 cents, right? So our RSI is in line with that, but it's not as sensitive to price movements as the stochastic variation, and as such this isn't going to give you those kind of knee-jerk moves in the market that I'm kind of expecting. But we'll probably see a move more towards maybe 70 or 60 on the relative strength index and then just get another run to the upside. But the stochastic RSI would go from overbought to oversold within that time period. So the sensitivity level of the relative strength index makes it great for trends, but doesn't make it great for kind of sniping out in and out of those positions and that extreme volatility that I think we're likely to see. All that being said, we are in reasonable positions on the daily time frame for XRP. Nothing much has changed from our scope. We are just, kind of waiting to see whether or not we can get that break earlier than expected, or we just kind of move down into those lows, retest them, and then get the breakout later, which is the one that I more suspect is likely to play out. But ultimately, everything is still to play for when it comes to XRP. And yeah, that's kind of my thoughts and opinions on where I think the data is going. You guys can let me know where you think the price action of XRP is going on the small, medium, and longer term by dropping them in the comments down below or joining us in our free Discord server. Link is in the description. And if guys, you haven't done so already, check out this video right here. It's not one you're going to want to miss.